Today we're going to transition to the second half of the week. Most of you have already posted on the Flipgrid and interacted with the presentation, engaging online discussions. One thing I like about Flipgrid is it gives you the ability to put kind of corny icons and clip art right there on your picture. Hey, maybe you can have a costume contest for Halloween in your course. Well, looking over our presentation on discussion dread, here are some reflections. Somebody asked, it can be a little cumbersome to have to feel like you need to reply to every post in the voice thread, right? Yeah, you don't want to do that. You'll want to do that for your first one or two in your course, just to get everybody in the habit of knowing that there is going to be a response and that their post is heard, specifically by you, the teacher. But you'll want to transition to a different model. And what I like to do is provide a summary at the end. But they won't listen or go to the summary, right? Well, maybe. Let's see. First, let's talk about discussion dread. First, you're going to have to tackle the why. If I put my student hat on, why do I want to engage in the discussion thread in your course beyond needing to do it for a grade? So that's our challenge, right? Not the student's performance. That's our challenge. How do we make it compelling and engaging? How do we get them involved? Well, one of the things I like to do is I like to let them know that it's relevant. I like to get them involved. I may have them as a class in the first week or two develop the discussions for the rest of the course. Or I may put one slide and may have part of the discussion forum them coming up with good questions. It's going to force them to read ahead. It's going to force them to do some synthesis and take some ownership and agency for their learning. I also like to send them on a fishing expedition. Let me explain. Often I will put in a discussion, I'll put a little slide in there, or I'll go back and put it in and say, if you can see my comment, post I won in the question forum. And then I float that student a $10 Starbucks e-card. Why? I want to keep them off balance in a healthy way. I want to let them know I'm actively engaged in this discussion and I think it's valuable and I'm going to interact with them regularly with that. I also like to add a slide at the end that provides a 15-second summary of the entire discussion and then add one journal article that addresses this. But I typically make that their responsibility, right? So if I'm going to have a discussion that I want them to participate in and synthesize, I have them do that. I'll add a slide, but then they have to come to that slide and add their 15-second summary of the entire discussion, so they can't really blow it off. They have to not only read everyone's, they have to put that all together. Then they have to find a journal article in your discipline, and they have to address and post an article or the link to the article or just the name of the article itself, the citation, in the voice thread. That, again, they have to add to the field by going out and doing research and seeing how research in the field addresses this particular problem that's in the forum. That's what I grade. And while I ensure they contribute to others in the discussion, the contribute to the post of others then takes on a different meaning. Okay, I added a slide at the end of the presentation engaging online discussions that you participated in earlier this week. It's at the end. Please respond to the prompt on the slide. And if you're the first to post your response, I'll be sending you a Starbucks e-card. Have a great day.